Hello everyone, it's Odd Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to present the Odd Quest Warrior or Odd Taunt Warrior. It is a variant of Control Warrior that is built around the warrior quest Firebloom's Heart. Play 7 taunt minions and it rewards you with Sulphurous, which will give you a 4/2 weapon and change your hero power into 2 mana, deal 8 damage to a random enemy. While on the surface this deck might seem much like an Odd Warrior, which is a very fatigue type of deck, in fact there are quite a few differences in how it plays out. This deck actually has a very powerful late game win condition, because turning your hero power into slamming those 8 damage fireballs all over the place is enough to kill just about anything. So this deck is much stronger than the Odd Warrior is against something like combo decks. You actually stand a decent chance against Shudderwock. It's close to even. Shudderwock is trying to draw their deck and get to play Shudderwocks. You're trying to draw your deck and get to play taunts and then just slamming fireballs into their face before they can do that. You can also take on something like a Malygos Druid. If you can complete the quest, then slamming those fireballs gives you a very good way to potentially win the game. If you're playing against aggressive decks, because you keep Firebloom's Heart in your mulligan generally, that means that you're effectively starting at 1 card down. So it's more difficult to find your board clears and to find your tools to beat early aggression, which means that you're slightly weaker against early aggression, even though you have pretty much the same tools as an Odd Warrior does. So you're trading some percentages in order to be able to beat combo decks better, being a little bit weaker against decks where you just want to armor up and go to fatigue, or decks that are just going to try to aggro you down. That said, I had a great time actually playing this deck. This was a really fun deck to play, and it definitely is able to perform. Especially right now with Shudderwock being on the rise a little bit, then Shudderwock versus Odd Warrior is just completely hopeless. But with this one I faced 4 Shudderwocks while I was playing this one, and I went 2-2 against those. And none of the games because Shudderwock whiffed. So I was quite happy about playing this instead of Odd Warrior in that matchup. So compared to Odd Warrior, this is not a fatigue deck. You actually want to complete the quest, you want to play that quest. You want to change your hero power and you want to actively win the game. In order to do that, you need to play taunt minions. And there are a fair number of taunt minions in this deck, although not quite as many as there were back in the days. These are a little bit slower nowadays on completing that quest, but they can still get it done quite nicely. The key pieces to completing the quest, first one is Stonehill Defender. Stonehill Defender is your best early game taunt generally, because it gives you another taunt minion. It's just a fabulous card for this deck. Other key one is Phantom Militia. Phantom Militia, when played on 9 mana, you can play 3 taunt minions on the same turn. That echo really helps. So once you've got a few taunt minions out of the way, then when you find Phantom Militia, that is very often the way that you can complete the quest. And there's also Diehorn Hatchlings, which give you another taunt into your deck when they're killed, so that's also 2 taunt minions in 1 card. Complementing these, there are a pair of Tar Creepers. Tar Creeper is great if you're facing an aggressive matchup. Stonehill Defender gives you taunts, it gives you value, but Tar Creeper is actually able to kill some of the minions that are trying to push through. So it's a great card in aggressive matchups. And then there is Zoolock. And what can I say about Zoolock? Zoolock is a card that makes any deck you put it in just a better version. So Zoolock is awesome, and it's also a taunt. There are not a lot of mechs in this deck, there's no boom, there's no mega assembly, so you don't get any random mechs. So the only real magnetization opportunity you're going to have with Zoolock is on Dinomatic, or if you are able to pick up a mech taunt from your Stonehill Defender. But that Dinomatic Zoolock is very difficult to pull off. It takes 10 mana, which means that it's possible. You can play Dinomatic and magnetize Zoolock on that, but most of the time you will not really get a chance. In addition to the taunt minions, there's the basic Odd Warrior removal package. You have the Odd Warrior hero power, you're getting 4 armor per turn until you switch up. So Shield Slam is awesome, Reckless Flurry is awesome, then there's some Brawls, there's some Super Colliders, and there's some Dinomatics. In case you fall behind on the board, there's a pair of Mind Control decks. I enjoy Mind Control deck a lot more in the Odd Taunt Warrior than I do in the regular Odd Warrior, even though it sees play in both. But in this deck you're often in a position where you can steal something and you can have a taunt on the board as well. So you have a better chance to use that stolen minion and the mind control deck for value trades later on. There's not much room for tech cards in this deck. There are a couple. There's 2 copies of Ironbeak Owl, because silence is very good right now. And there's a Gluttonous Zeus, because weapon removal is also pretty sweet. In addition to these tech cards, there are 2 flex slots in the deck. In those slots I'm using a Black-Walled Pixie and an Acolyte of Pain. I really like having a little bit of extra card draw in Taunt Warrior, because I'm not going for fatigue anyway, so Acolyte of Pain fits in nicely. And Black-Walled Pixie I have also found to be extremely good card in this, but I haven't felt that it's good enough to run 2. But it gives you those surprise lethals, because then you can use a hero power twice in a turn, and many opponents don't play around that. Just a very solid card. And I've occasionally, even in aggro matchups, I have actually used Black-Walled Pixie to hero power twice when my hero power is armor, so I have gained 8 armor in a single turn. Little bit of a niche use, but also possible to pull off. As for the mulligans with this deck, well, there is the quest. Right now on ladder there is such a variety of decks that if I don't know what my opponent is playing, I will always keep the quest against every single class. If I know for sure what the opponent is playing, yeah, I can throw away the quest against something like a Zoolock or against an Odd Rogue, but because I cannot be sure most of the time, I generally keep quest against all classes. Another card that I always keep is Stonehill Defender. Stonehill Defender is just incredibly good, because Stonehill Defender can be used against aggressive decks, it can be used against slow decks because it gives you 2 taunts in 1 card. It's just a very solid early game taunt that has a place in every matchup. Beyond that, we're starting to get into the region of it depends. Let's say I'm facing a Warlock and I don't know what archetype it is. Then I'm going to keep a Shield Slam, because Shield Slam is incredibly good against Mountain Giants, against Even Locks. I'm also going to keep a Reckless Flurry, because Reckless Flurry is really good against Zoo. Or if I'm facing a Hunter, Reckless Flurry is very high on my list as well, but so is Silence, because Silence is generally good against all those death rattles. Or if I'm facing a Rogue, I'm keeping Gluttonous Zeus, I'm keeping Silence, I'm keeping Reckless Flurry. There's a whole bunch of these early game cards that you can keep in different matchups, depending on what you're expecting. But there are also some low mana cost cards that you never keep in the mulligan. For example, you would never keep Phantom Militia, and you would never keep a Black-Walled Pixie. So just because a card doesn't cost a lot of mana doesn't mean that it's an early game card. I would also never keep a shield block in the mulligan. If you're interested in playing Control Warrior, but you don't quite want to go all the way to fatigue and you want to have a bit more of an active win condition near the end, then Odd Quest Warrior is a completely fine deck and I can highly recommend this build. It's a lot of fun to play and it's a little bit less polarized than the regular Odd Warrior, which might be a bad thing if you know that you're going to face exactly the Odd Warrior's good matchups. But if you face more variety, then this is a deck that gives you more of a chance in matchups that are bad for Odd Warrior, and you lose some percentages in matches that are generally good for Odd Warrior. But hey, see for yourself what do you think about this deck, because I have a bunch of excellent gameplay material for you. Let's go check that out. Victory or death, eh? I think I might keep a Shield Slam in case this is Even Lock. But we'll find out soon enough.
None will survive.
Let's see. Not an Even Lock. Oh, I got some Odd Warrior. Well, this is the Taunt variant, so it's a bit different. Just chilling and playing some stuff. But is this going to be Control Warlock or is this going to be Zoo? I mean, they're all Zoo, right? But this is the turn where we find out. I got to be Zoo when he coins something out here. Oh no, come on, not a Happy Ghoul. That's a Happy Ghoul. That's a double Happy Ghoul. A little bit unfortunate. I think I need to play the Dark Reaper out there. Challenge this board at least a little bit here. Let's see. Or is there some way that I can wiggle myself out of this mess? He's going to put more health on the board next turn than what the Dino-Medic can answer. That's guaranteed, basically. I probably have to try to draw with the Acolyte. It's only one card, but it's still something. Unless he wants to spend a silence on it. Conserving his resources. Does he really want to give me multiple draws? I don't think he wants to give me multiple draws. He does want to give me multiple draws. Okay, cool. Time to MC Tech then, I suppose. Next turn he can play Fungal Mancer though. Oh, this is a huge problem. Please don't steal the 2-1. Didn't steal the 2-1, I'm happy. Alright. And I managed to pick up a Reckless Flurry. Okay, we might be able to stabilize from this still. Fungal Mancer 10 to face. Obviously a rough deal. But not impossible. Dreadlord, eh? Intriguing. Because I have a Dino-Medic clear on this board. 16 clear with the Dino-Medic. Seems good enough to me. Let's take the Dino-Medic clear here. Okay, he still has plenty of cards, 7 cards in hand. And I am at 16. Oh, spending a Soulfire on that, that's gonna sting. So now there is no Dino-Medic clear. But I don't want the Fledgling to be hitting me in the face. I think I need to Shield Slam the Fledgling. Goes 3 mana. I can play a Stonehill Defender out there. While I do that. Is some of this stuff playable next turn? Well, Golem is potentially playable. Yeah, we pick the Golem. And Shield Slam the Fledgling. Let's do this. So I'm at 20. I still have the Flurry. I even have some armor now. And a Taunt on the way. More Dreadlords, huh? Intriguing. Getting that 5 through is a bit more difficult than getting less damage through. I could Hero Power Shield Slam this and get a Dino-Medic clear again. How do I clean up the Doom Guards? With the Flurry. Shield Slam there. Hit there and Dino-Medic wipes the board. Okay. Still haven't seen any Saronite Chain Gangs. Still haven't seen any... There's still a bunch of stuff available to him. Just Soulfiring that. Okay. That's cool so far. That's cool so far. I think it's Golem time. It's Golem, I lose. I don't need more armor right now. He might have silence, but if he's playing Void Ripper, then maybe he plays double Void Ripper and no silences. And getting that Void Ripper, then he would have like Fungal Mancer Void Ripper. No, even that would not have been enough, because he needed to tap to get 2 cards. Yeah, I think I like these cards. There's an anti-Zoo card, there's an anti-Mountain Giant card. There's some kind of card. I'll take these against the Warlock. And the Warlock is... It's an even look. Shield Slam's a good one. Alright. Fire pluming it up. It's on the coin though, so that means that... Actually no, he can't play minions if he wants the Mountain Giant on 3. But he could also like just play the Drake. Not worry about the whole Mountain Giant thing. We just didn't expect a big C. Yeah, probably didn't. Well, I have all the removal. Now I need just some taunts so that I can actually complete my quest. There's the giant. There's the shield slam. Okay, giant 1 down. Next up. If there's giant 2, then that is kind of a problem. Well, that's not a giant. I'm just jamming the hatchling here. Now it's least likely for him to have a silence in hand. The longer the game goes, the more likely he is to find a silence. But this time he had a silence all along. But I'm cool with that. I don't mind. And trade away the minion. Play another taunt, armor up a little bit more. Just casually chilling. Yeah. Defile into giant or Drake. Drake. Nasty business that. Well, I could Dino-Medic the Drake down to 4 health. Then it becomes a bit easier to clean up. But it can still kill the Dino-Medic. And survive. Or he could have another Shroom Brewer. He threw away one Shroom Brewer pretty quickly though. The other alternative is just to play the hatchling. I guess I'll just jam the hatchling here. He already spent 1 silence. I think he's unlikely to have 2 silences.
Your magic shall not save.
Okay, he had 2 silences in the deck and he was not afraid to use them. That's a thing. A lot of pressure and very little that I can do. Next time he could like play a Bone Mare. I probably have to try to Dino-Medic here. Hope that I don't hit my own minions too much. Ooh. This Dino-Medic knows how to aim. This fellow right here, this fellow knows how to aim. Not a single hit on my hatchling. Well done, mister, well done.
This curse has become our greatest strength.
So now it's a bit unlikely for either of these to actually die to the Dino-Medic. But I suppose I will give it a try. These Dino-Medics are insane! Well, okay, it was 50. No, it was less than 50% for that to die, right? Needed 3 hits on that, 2 hits on this. Every hit was 50-50. What was a mistake? And why? Now it's getting chip into my armor total. Well, that's a Super Collider. But this is not the best place to use it. 10 damage coming in from these. I can still just armor up and chill. I can play Gluttonous Ooze here, it's fine. He's going to run Ooze in this deck most likely, so I don't want to use Super Collider before I can actually use it. What do you think about Death Knight in Quest Warrior? What do you beat with that? I don't think I like it in the current meta. Maybe you could like beat an Odd Paladin with that, but... will you really? Plays around Mind Control tech. Well, now I am offered a chance to Super Collide these two. Then he's going to use the Super Collider after that. I think I'll still take it. That's good enough of an offer. I'll accept. I'll go down to 5 armor when the Dread Infernal hits face. Oh. Now I'll go down to 1 armor, it seems. But I can silence that, so it's okay. And then I can clean this up with the Super Collider again. There was the Bone Mare, but there has not been an ooze. That's actually really solid, really great for me that there has not been an ooze. Because ooze is definitely one of the things that I fear the most. Cooldown is also scary. So what can I do against this cooldown? And I could flurry away the board. Any better options? There's no good way for me to use my Super Collider. What if I just drop 1 Brawl here? It's unlikely for the 6/6 to win. But if the 2/4s are still here, then it's pretty hard for me to deal with those either. He still has another Giant left, another Drake left. Of course he has the cooldown hero power. I think this is worth brawling. It's unlikely for the 6/6 to win. Okay, this time it's a 6/6-1 then. I thought it might not win. It was only 25%.
Shields up.
Well, with Zoolock I can deal with this. I can hit here. This will hit here, it will go down to 3 health, Zoolock can kill it. He still has Hellfire Defile left and stuff, so... Oh, there's still a bunch of nasty stuff potentially coming up. But I'll do it like this, which allows me to also armor up a little bit. So there's Mountain Giant, there's Twilight Drake, there's Shroom Brewer. And a couple of these Reavers. This is a Phantom Militia turn, right? Because if he wants to like Hellfire Defile this board, then that means that his minions also die. So I'm fine with that. He has 6 cards, I have to... He's so deep into that deck. Oh, he got a Dread Infernal and I got a Flame Imp. Well, that was a pretty good roll for him. For sure. This is completely unplayable. Whereas he actually upgraded his 4/4 into a 6/6. Nice. Is he going to Spellstone this? No. Oh, Shroom Brewing. Okay. I see, I see. I still have 2 Flurries and a Brawl. So I still have the option to just Flurry this board, for example. I know there's a 6/6 in hand. I know there's an 8/8 in deck. How do I best deal with every threat? I guess Flurry this turn is fine. Let's Flurry this one. And just armor up a little bit. He probably plays the 6/6 and hero powers face. And then I will shield, block shield, slam the 6/6 probably. That will still leave him with the Mountain Giant. And the Drake. That 6/6 was a huge roll. He's 4 cards deeper into his deck than I am. I'm not really afraid of fatigue here. Even if Acolyte draws 3 cards, it's still fine for me. I don't mind. I'm at 9, he's at 4. Well, Giant can definitely go face from here. There's still a Hellfire, there's a Defile, there's the Hero Power. So what can I do? I don't want to take a Brawl yet. Finding a 5/4 isn't good. Because this one just... This one dies to Hellfire Defile too. So I actually need to pick the Hungry Etin. He still has a Spell Stone left, so he can get through that with the Spell Stone. And that's still what I need to do here. Well, that was a better 2-drop than I expected him to get. On average you don't get a 4/4 when I play this, but this time that happened. But the Bone Mare is gone. So that's an upside. And I still have a Super Collider left. Shurumburers are gone, so there is a chance that I get to do some Super Colliding. Okay. Now is the crucial moment. I get to do some Super Colliding. Sweet. Oh, that actually turned out fine. Golem should be okay. We keep armoring up. Okay. Now the giants are gone. There's a Drake left. He's 4 cards deeper into fatigue. He finally found his ooze. Okay, I'm cool with that. And he has a Spell Stone, which is probably a fully buffed Spell Stone too. So it's likely that he can get rid of the Golem. This one can just hit face.
I'm almost out of cards.
He has 2 Hellfires, he has a Defile, he has a Spell Stone, which is likely to be a big Spell Stone. This kind of works. Okay, I think I'm playing the Baku here. Because why not? This forces the Spell Stone now. Because there are no minions left that can answer it. It's just the Drake. Doomsayer. Intriguing. So I have the option to silence the Doomsayer and go face. How about that one? Other alternatives. I could go with the Sulfurous. Start pushing face with that one. He has a Twilight Drake left, he has a Hellfire left. I'm just thinking whether I have a better chance to win with the Sulfurous or with the... just armoring up. I'm at 35, he's at 33. He has used 1 ooze. I think Sulfurous is fine here. I think we're going in with the Sulfurous now. I think we start pushing in that damage. There's a potential lethal setup even. With the Pixie. I mean, I know he has a Spell Stone left. He might have a second ooze. I could also silence the Twilight Drake to ensure that the Hero Power goes face. I could flurry the Drake. What can he have more minions there? He has a Hellfire. He has a Beetle maybe. He has Hellfire, he has Defile. To be honest, I think I'm just jamming face here. I mean, sure you can Hellfire all you want. Mossy took a hit there, nice, nice. This fatigue is piling in. Even with the Defile. So he has Hellfire and... what's the other card? Doomsayer or Beetle or something. This just isn't coming back from this. I'm not sure what the last card is. I was surprised by the Mossy. This hand is probably a keep. There's the quest. There's an early taunt minion, which gives another taunt minion. And there's Super Collider, which I can use to make things punch each other. Which is potentially useful against both Shudderwock and Even. This is a Shudderwock with a full keep, though. You hate to see that. That is not what was promised to me. That is not what was supposed to happen. Shudderwock Carino with a full keep Areno. Ouch. That's painful. I have no way to deal with it. I need to respond with my own, so at least I get to draw cards too, if nothing else. The alternative was just to leave that and not play anything, and hope that I can draw into some kind of an answer, but I think this is better. This gives him one card from the battle, and then we'll see if I can find something useful. Oh, that's a sick opener. That is a sick opener indeed. Oh boy. This is a big problem. I need to silence the Acolyte. And try to start hitting into Mana Tide. Hopefully I can kill it. Like if he plays Chain Gang or something, there's at least 50% chance for me to kill the Mana Tide. Okay. There's the 50% chance to kill the Mana Tide here. We're giving it a go. Can we get it? We can. Splendid. He might be able to remove the weapon. So, do I hit something with the Acolyte? Or not? He might be able to silence the Acolyte. I think it's fine to not hit with the Acolyte, but I suppose he will have a Gluttonous Ooze there, because he did a full keep. Glacial Shard, so at least there's no ooze. But next turn he can grumble these back, and that's going to be a huge problem. I really didn't want to let him do that either. But obviously I don't really have a choice in this position. He's going to crumble all of those back. I need to get some taunts on the board. Dread Corsair is going to cost 3. Next turn 7 mana. No great combos here. So maybe Deatin. 18 for 8. Maybe Deatin. But there's going to be a crumble this turn if he continues to have perfect cards. There's no reason why he shouldn't, because he has been able to draw. Not a whole lot though. Maybe there is some kind of a chance that there is no crumble in hand. This play looks like a crumble play. Okay, there was no grumble. Oh, that's good. Oh dear. Or is he going for a grumble next turn? An even better grumble. That could be. Now the Etin became much weaker. I think I still need to MC tech here. I could shield block, try to see if I can find something useful. Not that one. I can at least try to steal one of the chain gangs, so that he could crumble only 2 chain gangs back into hand. Instead of full 3. Okay, Ooze is fine. So this is fine so far. I can trade these away. He floated a ton of mana. Means that he has a bunch of removal and stuff in hand. I'm only 2 out of 7 into the quest. I probably do want to kill both of these minions here. And play a Hungry Etin. There's no good Super Collider play. Nothing too great, no. Hungry Etin was a mistake. I should have picked a cheaper taunt. If I didn't end up using the MC, like if it didn't have double chain gang, then it would have worked out differently. I think I do want to kill these. Play the Etin. Give him the 2-drop. So I'm 3 out of 7 into the quest. Next turn I play triple Phantom Militia. And the turn after that, Daihorn Hatchling and the quest. This will pull Crumble for sure now, because both Glacial Shards have already been played. So now I know he has Crumble in hand. None of these are important Crumble targets though. So that's still fine so far. His hand must be pretty spell heavy, because he didn't play much for a while. So there's no life drinkers or anything like that. Or there hasn't been anyway. So I can't clean this up in order to get a guaranteed hit to the dome. Well, I cannot do that, so we'll do what we can. Play the taunt. Get the Sulfuras. Equip the Sulfuras. Use the Sulfuras to kill this one. It's actually better to roll now. Or is it? Then it's 33 to go face. But there's also 33 to hit Mana Tide, in which case I could still push 2 to face. Instead of 50-50 to get some face damage. While leaving the totem alive. I think it's better to roll now. Then I can clean up and I can get 2 to face. Okay. We're trying to raise time here. No life drinkers have been found yet. One Farsight has been used. Okay, so far so good. Pushing face with everything. Just pushing face with everything here. I don't think I want to play more minions though. That doesn't seem worth it. Because then he can use mind control tech. There can also be mind control techs in this hand that was a bit clunky. And he might be looking for mind control tech value. But if there's any kind of, like even just a lightning storm, wipes the board. I think I'm fine with that, right? Yeah, I think this has to be just end turn. See what happens next. I know he has Grumble in hand.
Lightning can strike twice.
So this Electra into Electra Farsight. That's so powerful. But if there's a life drinker play here... Oh no, it's going to be a lightning storm. No, not a lightning storm. No life drinker. Okay, some Zola so that he can get... Zola so that he can get double healing rain later. So this is Super Collider turn. To kill Electra and to kill Zola. Then I can push some face damage here. And I get to play a Dark Reaper. Okay, we have seen one healing rain. 6 cards remain. No life drinkers have been played yet. And Grumble has not been played yet. Not enough mana to play life drinker into Grumble. But the spells that... Oh, Tidal Surge from Bewitched, that was sweet. And Kelest, okay, so not overloaded at the moment. That's also solid. I do need to kill these off here. And push face. Push face with this one too. He still has one healing rain left. Stonehill, and I cannot find a useful taunt. There's still Volcano left, there's still Lightning Storms left. But I couldn't find a useful taunt. That's rough. Because I'm on the offense. Playing a 1-mana 1/2 is so weak. But anytime he AoEs, that means that he cannot use the big things. I think even 1 damage might be significant. We're playing the 1-mana 1/2. It was the best I found. He has 1 more healing rain. He has some cards from Bewitch. He has already gained 8 health from Bewitch. Okay, now he's overloaded, so he cannot play Shudderwock next turn. He's overloaded by 2. But the turn after that, Shudderwock can come. I haven't found a shield block to make use of these shield slams in hand. I could try to brawl. I can hit the life drinker. I think hitting the life drinker is the line here. We kill off the life drinker. Then we'll see 50-50 face or Grumble. I do hit the face. And I play a couple of more minions here. Try to pressure. He needs to heal this turn. He has used 1 healing rain, has 1 healing rain left. And there are 3 cards from Bewitch currently in hand. Yeah, I was playing around with that. Okay, 2 50-50 rolls. He wins both. That's insane. Okay. Next up, it's a 50-50 roll for winning the game. No way to Pixie on the same turn. I could drop the Owl. Because that, if Owl wins the brawl, I just win the game. So I need to drop the Owl here. Owl into brawl. And then the hero power. So 50% if I lose the... I could not win the 50-50 roll. Too bad. And now I will not be able to brawl again. So if he can just keep filling the board. But how many minions can he play? That is 2 minions. I can't Dino Medic and then Pixie. So we roll once. Then we roll again. Took me 3 50-50 rolls, but eventually I got it. I probably still don't. I want to find stone hills and stuff. Still over the Phantom Militia. Alright, let's see. Druid kept his entire hand, so I'm expecting Wild Growth, Nourish, Ultimate Infestation. But of course I don't know what kind of druid this is yet, so there are some other alternatives. But let's see. If it's Malygos, then obviously out-armoring is an option. If it's Dogwaggle, then I need to complete the quest. So I need to get enough taunts from my deck before he switches. And these current Taunt Warrior lists, they don't run that many taunt minions, so the quest is not completed very quickly. That wasn't even a kept card, so I do wonder what were the kept cards in this situation. But we'll see. I haven't been able to find Stonehill Defenders. Not even Dark Reapers. I do have a pair of hatchlings though. Those should come in handy. But what kind of druid? All this thinking makes me think that it would be like a token druid and he would consider whether he wants to use Whispering... no, not Whispering Woods here, I don't think. Alright, I suppose we're going to armor up a little bit more here. Next turn will be a bit more interesting because I have the option to coin the hatchling. Or just chill, pretty much. It could be like a taunt druid. Now there should be a Nourish this turn. I mean, he kept 3 cards. Why do you keep 3 cards if you don't use any of them? There's the Nourish. Nah, he kept Wild Growth and Nourish, and he top decked the Wild Growth too. Probably not the time to coin stuff. Let's just play the Stonehill. Try to pick up a cheap taunt. These are not that great options. Chain Gang for 4, when do I play that? I of course have no idea what kind of druid I'm facing yet, so that's an issue always. Bodyguard, but I already have 2 5-mana taunts here waiting. But he probably runs Mind Control text, so I guess I'm picking the Bodyguard. 9 mana, so does he have like... he could still be a Taunt Druid. He could play Lich King, he could play Oakheart. So many things that can happen here. But even with the Lich King play, he could still also be Malygos. That's completely possible. But I have to kill the Lich King, right? Giving him multiple Lich King cards is really scary. But if this is Taunt Druid, can I afford to use Reckless Flurry yet? But if I don't, then what am I doing? Oh dear, oh dear. There is certain power in playing a turn 5 Lich King. I have to say that turn 5 Lich King is a relatively good play. Can't deal the damage with the Dino Medic. I think I have to play the Hatchling here. He will get that second Lich King card, which might be problematic, but I don't know the archetype yet. That's a huge problem for me. Okay, it's Mally. It's actually Mally. Okay, this is Malygos Druid then. Well, now we know the archetype. And here I'm going to have to flurry these away. And risk dying, of course, but what can you do, really? Down to 15. Facing a Malygos Druid. I have an Ooze. Or some new hybrid druid. No. It's not going to be some new hybrid druid. I don't believe in that at all. It's a melee druid. And he drew the nuts. This is his turn 6. No, turn 7. He played turn 5 Lich King, turn 6 Alexstrasza, turn 7 Ultimate Infestation and double Arcane Tyrants. I'll have to brawl this. He must not find Malygos. Well, he must not find Malygos. And I needed a 4/4 to win the brawl so that I could shield slam it. 66%, but I lost that one too. I did all the highest percentage plays throughout this game, so what can I say? I don't think there's a way out of this now. Yeah, that's going to be a loss. I'll try with this line. Acolyte can give me some more card draw. Katanosus is probably better against the Vine Cleaver. But let's see, I also don't know what kind of paladin this is. Oh, it's an Even Paladin. Okay, then actually this hand is probably even stronger than it was against Odd. Let's see. Even Paladin obviously has fair number of tricks up its sleeve. But we'll see.
It's time for a little blood.
Amani definitely being one of those tricks. I don't think I can afford to spend the coin yet. I was considering coining the Acolyte, because he doesn't have a clean way to kill it with 3 mana. So it would probably get to draw 2 cards. But then if I spend the coin, even if I draw 2 cards, I'm not going to be able to spend any flurries or anything like that. So there's still some issues after that. Does he play the secret now? Or the hero power? Big question. Chance to play around mind control tech? Yeah, chooses that line. Okay. Ooh, Tar Creeper can also be pretty nice. But it could be a Repentance. I'll try with the Acolyte. Okay, not Repentance. There's some kind of a chance that I get a good Dinomatic board for next turn. Let's see, Blessing of Might on Amani would be kind of an option. It's a bit awkward against the Acolyte, because then if he doesn't hit in the Acolyte, I get to draw cards. Oh, and this is perfect for the Tar Creeper. Not Tar Creeper, the Dinomatic. Although that could be a redemption. But I think I'm taking that chance here. Just coining the Dinomatic out there. Okay, so we get rid of those minions, we get rid of this level of early pressure. Noble Sacrifice, Auto Defense Matrix. Few options there. I think I'll try to hit here. See what happens. So it's Hidden Wisdom or Ifern. It could still be Auto Defense Matrix. Maybe I should have attacked here then. Hatchling or Tar Creeper? Tar Creeper can come together with a hero power. I think Tar Creeper hero power is fine here. Go to 28. He already spent 1 consecration too. Obviously there's equalities, there's probably Pyromancer or 2. And then there are the big power plays, obviously. Like the Svalanier, this is the biggest. This is as big as it gets. That's the best card in this matchup. We'll check for the Auto Defense Matrix now. I should have checked this last turn, I guess. But it's not too bad to check it here. I could remove the Valanier now, so that it will be more difficult for him to set up the exact hand he wants for it. I think that's the line I'm taking here. Because now it's less likely that he's able to hit a Saronite Chain Gang with this, And if he's unable to hit a Serenade Chain Gang, I can silence the Valanir buff away. Whereas if I let him play stuff, then he tries to set it up so that he can get it on a Chain Gang. And then it will be impossible to remove. Oh, that's not... If I simply die nomadic here. Yeah, with the hero, but yeah, that was a fine play then. But I don't want to spend a silence. I think I'll take those odds. Ah, no, it's not 50%. What am I even talking about? It was of course much less because the... Yeah, sorry about that one. Because the other minion had just 1 health. I actually needed to win 5 50% rolls in a row. But I was fine with it at that point of time. And so it was Tarim that got the Valanir buff. And I'm fine with that. Then we just silence the Valanir buff away. And I can also flurry this board. What if he plays Lich King next turn? I'm slightly concerned about the possibility of a Lich King. Yeah, I guess I'll just kill the Pyromancer. Play another Taunt minion and hero power a little bit. I obviously have the shield block, hero power, reckless flurry to clear a lot of stuff. Attack first. Well, I didn't want to spend the flurry yet. Because if I spent the flurry, I didn't have a good way to kill Lich King if he plays Lich King next turn. And I didn't want to give him that. Just didn't want to give him that opportunity. Playing around mind control tech, I see. Well, Sentry and Brawl can be good. Can Primordial Drake be good? It could. Although this deck doesn't really go so much token as the other builds do. I can take the Drake. I can play Daihon Hatchling here. I think I'll hit there. I'm inviting the Gen to hit into the Hatchling. Although he might see that this looks like a Drake setup. And it is a Drake setup. Another Blessing of Kings in hand, it seems. And that on Tarim is actually pretty good. It plays around Drake very well. But I have other options left as well, so it's not like Drake is my only thing. Oh, it was a Steed. Okay. I guess I'm actually fine with this line. I can still Drake because it kills the Gen and the token. And there's no particular reason for me to hurry too much here. He has 4 cards in hand, so he still has some resources available there. And we haven't seen the Lich Kings. It's already Squelch and it still annoys me. No! There's the Lich King. Oh, now I can simply shield slam the Lich King. I could silence the Steed. Is there anything else that I want to silence in this deck? There might still be. I think it's fine to shield slam the Lich King here. Just armor up again. And chill. I'm being very chill. No need to hurry too much with the silences. Silencing the Valanir was very important. If he gets a really good Lich King card, he gets to steal a Daihon Hatchling. That's a powerful card. That's a very powerful card. Definitely a good steal. getting that 6/9 into his deck. I'm already deeper into fatigue, so he could just try to win this in fatigue. I would need to find some taunt minions. Now he has enough to kill the Primordial Drake. But I think I'd need to chill for the moment still. Let's not hurry this up too much. I don't mind a little True Silver championing. He keeps playing around MC tech. That's a respectable choice.
Reporting for duty.
I have a couple of MC techs here. 8 cards in hand, so that's 8, 9, 13 damage. There can be Avenging Rats, of course, in this build. I just want to play some taunt minions first before I go for anything else yet. And I'm unable to find them at the moment. I think I'll just hero power and chill for now. Let's see what else he has. Another steed, and he will not play more minions. That is just about guaranteed. Indeed. Would you add Dr. Boom in a quest list? No, I don't think Dr. Boom is needed in a quest list. Phantom Militias are in the deck, Stonehill Defenders in the deck, Daho Matriarch, Celiax. There's 5 taunt minions left in the deck. 10 cards, 5 of them are taunts. I would need to find those taunts eventually. And I do have to do something about this board too. Do I just flurry this? Then he will have 2 2/6s on the board. I guess that does remove some pressure. I had the option to silence away so that he couldn't get the Daihon Matriarch into the deck, but I chose not to go for that one yet. Let's see. I was able to remove some of the pressure now, so he will be inclined to play more. Does that have Wind Fury? It does. And he still has a Blessing of Kings left. So that's potentially a problem. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 22 plus 8 is 30 damage. And there are some scary ways for him to deal damage. But he still has a Blessing of Kings left, so using a silence seems just... I probably have to use a silence though. Not something I really love doing, but I suppose I need to at this point. That Wind Fury was just a little bit scary. Obviously if we can find a second Corpse Taker. And I would ideally want to use Brawls after Sulfuras. That's also a thing. Okay, we got an Avenging Rat out of him. That's good. Because that's one of the scariest pieces of burst he has available to him. And here comes the Blessing of Kings. Alright. I will have to Shield Slam the Stegodon. Not my favorite thing ever. But I can't find the taunts. 8 cards left. 4 of them are taunts. He was able to steal a taunt and then I just can't find them. That makes life a bit difficult for me. I just don't think I want to brawl yet. Brawling now is just so weak. I think I have to Shield Slam. It's unlikely that he would run double Avenging Rat in the deck. I've seen both Blessings and both Steeds now. So there's the second Corpse Taker, there's the Wind Fury Harpy.
It's time for a little blood.
Will he keep playing around MC tech here? He will. He will. I kind of would like to draw one of those 4 taunts that I have left in the deck. And there's 2 Super Colliders too. So... much of the good stuff is still there. Well, that's a Super Collider. I'll probably start using it. He might have an ooze. There are certain issues with the Super Collider approach. But if he plays an... well, then he would have to play the ooze. Let's give this a try. I go to 22. He has 7 on board. Both kings have been spent. Both steeds have been spent. Valanir has been spent. There are 4 taunts left in my bottom 6 cards.
Reporting for duty.
There is the ooze. Well, I expected as much. I will need to brawl. I could also just super collide these after an MC tech. He has equalities and consecration left. I don't necessarily have to brawl. There are 4 taunts left in my bottom 5 cards. So soon I will draw another taunt. Oh, I get the big one. That was sweet. Double MC tech. No, that's not strong enough. This is much stronger. Unless he runs double ooze. Because if he doesn't have another ooze, then this Super Collider is just going to make so many of his potential minions forfeit at the moment.
Reporting for duty.
So I suppose I could brawl into Stonehill Defender. What other options do I have? I could hit here, hit there. I can clean up quite a lot of this actually, even without the brawl. What if I hit here? Then this Saronite will either hit there or kill this. But if it kills this, then it doesn't die. I think I'm not brawling yet. I'll hit there. Pow. I'll hit there. Pow. I'll hit there. Pow. I'll play a Stonehill Defender. Come on, animations. Bit faster, please. Omega Defender seems fine. I'll play that one too. Force the equality from him now. He has 1 more consecration left. So he can do equality consecration, obviously. I think forcing that was still pretty good. Oh, but if that's an eye for an eye, this can get interesting. What is it going to be? Could be a noble sacrifice. I think this is probably at Zoolock's turn. Zoolock will try to attack this one. Then I will hit this one over there. If it's auto defense matrix, Zoolock doesn't heal me. I also want to MC tech. But if I happen to steal the Hydrologist, then I can't use the Super Collider effectively. Does it really matter? Both consecrations are gone. It was the auto defense matrix. It's still fine. Zoolock doesn't heal now. But I get to destroy everything but this one Silverhand recruit. I have a board. He has used both consecrations. He obviously has an equality. He might have equality Pyromancer. Or he might not. And having the harpy isn't good enough, right? I can go down to 13, it's acceptable. And Zoolock is going to heal me up a little bit too. So we tank up, equip the Sulfuras. I will hit into the Harpy. The 1/1 will hit into the Harpy. Zoolock and MC to clear the minions, and I can start pushing face damage with the hero power. And I'm at 16, I have control of the board. I have 2 brawls left. Pyromancer Glass Knight. So I cannot kill the entire board here. I can always do that with the brawl though. Brawl and the weapon will always clear the entire board. Is there a lethal setup here? Hit, hit. He goes down to 13. No, there is no lethal setup. But then I will ensure the board clear. And I will ensure the board clear here. And look at that. Even winning the brawl. What do you know? I was not counting on winning the brawl. I don't think winning the brawl was essential for this game. But obviously it's nice. Probably not keeping Zoolock. I should not be taking a lot of damage early anyway.
None will survive.
Although who knows? Who knows about them druids? Druid kept 3 cards, so I'm expecting Wild Growth and Nourish. And in worst case Wild Growth, Nourish, and then the Ultimate Infestation. We've seen that twice today. Do we see it 3 times? Can we make it 3? It's a good start for him. Now we pick up an extra hatchling, that's fine. It fits my curve. It gives me more taunts into the deck. What's there not to like? And there's the Nourish. We do see the Wild Growth Nourish opener for the 3rd time today. 3 games against Druid, 3 Wild Growth Nourish openers. Not that I'm salty or anything. Just a statement of fact. I need to get some of these to die at some point so that I wouldn't be vulnerable to MC tech. Okay, that was Wild Growth double Nourish. Which means that then he can do a Turn 5 Ultimate Infestation. Hi, Tonsa. I'm obviously not thrilled about him having 5 mana on turn 5. That is something that you usually don't like to see. And there's the turn 5 Ultimate Infestation. Okay, we actually managed to get these 3 druids and all of them had the nuts, but yeah, we'll see about that. Need more taunts on the board.
My hand is too full.
Oh, but he didn't have Arcane Tyrants, by the way. This is the first druid who didn't find the Arcane Tyrant. Oh, but he did get a turn 6 Dream Petal Florist. Which seems kind of scary. Especially if it's a Malygos build. Dino Medic could clear this, right? Or I just go with the Acolyte. For some potential card draw. Because if it's Dogwaggle, then I would have to get all the taunts before he switches. Yeah, I think I need to go with the Acolyte. So that there's a chance that I can draw cards with this. Slim chance to get more than one, but slim chance is better than none. Still don't know if it's Malygos or Togwaggle. There's never any way to tell. Looks a bit Togwagglish to me. It might be a Togwaggle. I have to find the draws before... Well, that's a huge mistake. Okay, I'm really happy about that one. Because now we get to draw 3. And I really need those because I have to find those taunts. Well, I didn't manage to draw any taunts. Fine. It's another Malygos. Alright. And he gets to mill a card. It's not like I really mind that. Oh, this is a solid hand still. Okay, so we armor up and shield slam the Alex. But he has the discounted Malygos, probably. So maybe he just has lethal next turn. Probably the 6/9, yeah. He can mill some more cards with another Naturalize. But what did the Florist hit? He had full hand when the Florist was played. How many minions were there? Or is it just a melee hit and... Okay. More Naturalizes. Oh, poisonous minions. Well, I can get rid of those with the Super Collider. Okay, so we Super Collide these minions. So we get rid of the poisonous minions. And I want to armor up every turn. So I'll play Phantom Militia and Hero Power here. So that I will have one taunt on the way to make it a little bit more difficult for him to just keep hitting me with the Hero Power. I'm at 25, so I'm nowhere near safe. But this was the best I could do at this point. I have the ooze, so I can remove a twig every time. But if he just finds the right tools... Yeah, obviously going to push face every time he has a chance. Do I just need to use a shield block here? I'm at 22, I get to 26. I don't know what the discounted card is. Can I ever escape the Malygos reach? Hard to say. He has played one Spellstone. So he also has another Spellstone to remove more taunts. I think I need to use the shield block. I need to try to get closer to getting more taunts. I'm at 31. I really wanted to draw more taunts for next turn. Because this can still be killed with the remaining Spellstone. Okay, he's looking for the Tyrants. He finds one Tyrant. Does he find two? He finds one Tyrant. I will have to take this 5, right? Does that mean that he will have lethal with Malygos? But if I don't take that 5, then there's probably 9 coming, because he will just kill the board. Looks like I will have to take that 5. I can develop the Matriarch, but I'm at 25, so he probably has enough with the Mali. 2 cards only left in the deck, but I don't know what was discounted. Maybe he missed the discount. His hand was full when he played the Florist. Maybe he didn't hit the discount. I mean, the last game I played against Malygos Druid, he had a 50-50 for the discount and he hit the right minion. This Malygos Druid has also hit the right minion. They roll the dice and they win every time. But no. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.